for that.
Okay.
GJ's taking a back step, if you know what I mean.
Is London moving slower than you expected?
I don't know. I've not tried it.
You haven't really been looking at it? Okay.
No.
What's
Quinton
your
won.
what's your
Yeah.
routine been like? Is that like your time for the gym?
Mm, yeah, sometimes.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, as long as you just have one session, I just think it's advantageous for you guys, like anyone in the UK to at least look at London and take a look at some of your pairs because, you could have a really slow month move or no, not a slow month, but a slow week or two moving through New York. And on the opposite side of that, during London, you got a bunch of volume pumping in, so we may just have a fast in New York right now, but week or two down the road, it might be consolidating the whole time, but the move happens during London. So just having both of them in your arsenal is just it's nice. But again, just keeping it simple with one session, if that's what makes you comfortable, that's the most important thing. So one session, one or two pairs. I think you look at three right now. But you trade full time, so you could do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What's up, boys? We got Quentin, Kia. I'm sorry, Sammy, were you about to say something?
No, I was just agreeing with what you said.
Okay.
One session is something I'm comfortable with, so don't even want to change it at the
100%.
minute.
All right. How you guys doing?
What's up, Steph? Good morning.
What's up, my man? How you doing?
I'm feeling great. How about you?
Feeling great, man. I see you just took a trade, right?
Yeah, I had took a GJ shorts.
Okay.
I just closed 90% at 40 pips. I got a running at
Oh,
break even.
beautiful. Beautiful. You want to break this down for us real quick?
Yeah, so so what I was doing, I was just so what I usually do, I look at the 4 hour, I waited till the 4 hour candle open. And, I let it do its thing or whatever. It was creating a top wick. So I moved down to the 1 hour candle, and as soon as it flipped bearish, I looked to the left, looked like pretty clean moves. So I entered with dynamic risk, and yeah, it played out beautiful.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah, I love how what you were looking at, it looks like, was this strong bearish candle close. And this is actually our setup right here. You get the strong bearish close, weak bullish close, little retest, right? Wait for the top wick and then pass to the low of that candle right there. As long as you got some volume, we should be pumping through this area to continue down, right? But you took it down here. You waited for this close. You waited for the top wick to form and took it as it was flipping.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now what time did you take this at exactly?
It was around like 4:30 a.m.
Around 4:30 a.m. Okay, so but like what exact time? Was it towards the end of the candle close? Or I mean if it was 4:30, this is the hour.
No, 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 it was yeah, towards the candle was closing. Yeah, once it was once it created the top wick, to grab the liquidity,
Yep.
and yeah, close to the candle closing for sure.
So would you say like it created this top wick in the first half of the candle and then towards the close of the candle, that's when it flipped?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, so keep in mind like timing when it comes to trades, just like timing with real estate deals, a lot has to do with timing because you could have the perfect deal in the world and all of a sudden the timing's off with a recession or whatever the case may be, construction could be done, and then all of a sudden you make no money on the deal or you lose money. So same thing when it comes to trading and taking deals in the market. What you're doing here is understanding timing and how long it takes for this candle to flip. So if this is the first 5, 10, 15 minutes or just the first half of the candle, it's creating that top wick, awesome. And then it flips in the second half. If you have enough time for this candle to at least create a 1-to-1 right here towards the candle close, then that would be a valid trade. If not, if you feel like we're creating this top wick here and then flipping bearish, and then all of a sudden, like you got 5 minutes left for the candle to close, I would just actually wait for this candle to close, right? And then wait for this candle to create its top wick, see how far it pushes up. Maybe it only pushes up into this area, kind of like what it did here to create its top wick. As soon as it passes the low of that candle, then you know it's a valid trade and you could have a tighter stop loss.
You must have
Yeah, that
taken
makes
it on the
sense.
30-minute passing the previous one.
Sorry, I didn't get that, Quentin. What was the first part?
I believe he took the trade on the 30-minute passing the low of the previous one. If you
Yes.
look at GJ 30 minutes, that seems to be the exact area. I mean, you can
Let's actually go to GJ right now.
confirm.
Let's take a look.
Carlos.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, is that what you did? Taking it when the 30-minute candle passed the low right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Once the on the 30-minute candle, once the like you see the fake out, and once the fake out, the next candle passed the low.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, looking at this, you got this support right here.
Yeah, I wanted to get that move during early London, and I was at the gym when this happened.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice setup. I mean, you got the only thing that concerns me is how strong this candle is, right? And like it depends when this candle passed the low of that one. So this one started at 5:30. So now we go into here, 5:30. That's okay. So the 15-minute looked great. I'm just trying to see when exactly it passed the low. Hold on 1 second. Around 5:45, it started passing. 5:45, yeah, it passed the low over here. Okay. So that was like the second half of the candle, it passed the low. But do you see how perfect the 15-minute looks right here? I like that you took it on the 30-minute because it's obviously a stronger confirmation, but at the same time, the 15-minute, this is everything that you look for, right? And this is just something that you could journal for the future. Perfect impulsive move, closing clearly below the previous support. You get 2 candles closing bullish, respecting this resistance right here, and then you wait for this candle close. As soon as that candle closes, you enter right here, stop loss right above it, and you take this thing all the way down.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's up, buddy?
Oh, good. Sorry I joined a bit late. Just my laptop was playing up with it.
What was that, buddy?
I'm sorry I joined a bit late because my laptop was just playing up.
Oh, you're good, man. We're just breaking down Carlos's trade. Carlos, that was a great trade, man. So you secured most of it?
Yeah, I secured most of it for sure, 90%.
Okay, awesome. Where'd you secure? Right at the support?
Yeah, I secured at 162,860.
Okay. Okay, beautiful. So it's 6:45 right now. Looks like we're at that support. I'm going to do a full breakdown of DJ. Right here. So obviously it's Thursday today. We got unemployment. All right. How's everyone doing this morning? You guys ready for a big day? Hopefully we could find some setups here. All right. So looking over here at the economic calendar, not that much. I mean, you did have retail sales coming out of Europe. So it ended up coming out as expected, -0.3%. ECB monetary policy meeting minutes is about to happen in, I would say, 45 minutes. But then you got unemployment claims coming out of the U.S. So this is further data for the U.S. job market, along with NFP that we're getting tomorrow, ADP, right, the leading paycheck company in the U.S. A lot of data right there. It looks like we gained some numbers in jobs. That doesn't mean that NFP is going to increase, right? It's not like a definite correlation. It's just a guide and a good little preview of what you could expect. But A lot of data coming out this week when it comes to an NFP week. But unemployment coming out today. We got Waller and Mester speaking today. China has a bank holiday. Average cash earnings is coming out of Japan later on tonight. You got NPC member Haskell speaking. You got Cook speaking as well. So a good amount of things happening here on a Thursday. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we should be expecting here as far as moves are concerned. So looking at the weekly candle right here, looks like we're retracing even more here on GJ, bouncing off that 166 area. Price has held a nice solid resistance right there where we just keep bouncing into it and rejecting as we have multiple times here to the left, right? All these areas, we just keep rejecting that area. So looking here at the daily, last daily candle last night ended up closing bearish here, right? And rejecting this level once again, right? So now the current daily candle created its top wick. It's now filling the previous wick, and we could be heading down from here. We are starting to get into this previous resistance level over here. You have a support here to the left that you got to be aware about that price could be coming down into, because if you look to the left, you have a clean move right here, here, and here coming down into this previous support. Right? So can price mirror these candles over here? You got some over here. This whole area, if you just look at it, could be an area for you to grab some sells coming right back down to 161. Right? Is that not too far-fetched? Right? We could be stalling somewhere in this area as you formed a previous support in that area as well before. You got the resistance here to the left. You can always drag this over to the left as well. You get multiple rejections. Could we reject this area? Absolutely. Just got to stay patient, see what we get in the lower time frames, and see if we're going to be breaking through certain levels to the left here. But nonetheless, you got some nice clean candles here. Looking at the 4 hour now, 4 hour looks nice. All right, 4 hour has been very bullish. Let's actually mark that off. Looks like we're almost kind of like breaking that bearish trend here. What we got was, and normally when this happens is you get this nice bullish run, higher lows, higher highs, right? And then price comes into this area. We get the nice rejection candle right there. Price comes down, taps it one more time, and then we start breaking structure right here. You start breaking structure right here with that candle close. We come up to retest it. Strong bearish candle close over here. Top wick formed. We passed below the previous candle, and now we're heading down. There's a higher probability that price ends up breaking through this area and mirroring these candles to the left than there are that price starts to continue back up. Right? That's what it looks like based on the candle closes and what we see, right? Not what we think. Looking at the 1 hour, now we could start to see, again, you get that previous support and term resistance. You have our current support that we are approaching right now, which was a previous resistance over here to the left. Once you break that support, you got this whole area right here, 162, right? Do we have enough range in here to trade? Got about 64, 65 pips. So do you want to trade in here? We'll see what this looks like on the lower time frames, but depending on the setup that we get here, maybe. But right now, it doesn't look that appealing. It looks like there's a lot of wicks on either side of the candle with some weak bodies, right? So we got to see what that looks like. But this looks like a little bit better of a range to be trading in. You look like you got a straight shot to continue down. All right, so looking at the 30-minute now, 30-minute, last time we were in this area, we got the straight bullish pressure coming from that one candle close right there. Ever since then, we just made this run, we get the little pullback, and then we continue right back up, right? So, so far, we're getting a little bullish close at this area. We need to close below that area if we're going to take any kind of sells. You could grab something in here, Let's say move it right there. That looks about perfect. So again, it really depends on the setup that you get, right? You got to have a clean close below this area, something like that. And you can enter after that candle closes, or you can wait for the top wick rejection. Take price right back down, right? The open of this candle should have been like right here. But or you could just wait for the classic break and retest where price just comes right back up, holds resistance, and then we continue down. Because you get 64 pips right there. And typically even more. About like 70. All right, so we'll see about buys if we do hold that support here. Do you want to take buys? That's a good question. That's it gets a little tricky here because you are in this bearish trend. This makes it easier for you to see the trend. We have been printing lower highs here, right? So safer buys are going to be above 164,500 here, right? You could definitely take buys up here, especially if maybe you get like this consolidation somewhere in this area and you have a resistance and price ends up breaking that resistance, holding support and continuing up. Can you grab a move and a pullback back up to this area just like you got over here? Absolutely. But again, you just got to understand that that's against trend, right? There's more of a likelihood that price is going to continue to drop, especially since we've been bearish all the way since Asian. So the start of the day, right? The start of the trading day started out bearish. We make this push during Asian and pre-London, we pull back right before London, and then we tank during London. Pre-New York, we get a little pullback, and then pre-New York, we continue this thing down. So could we get a slight pullback and then continue down? Absolutely. But it looks like it really depends what we do over here. Everybody concur?
Yes, makes sense.
Awesome. Awesome. So again, Carlos, that was a great trade you got right here. But again, do you see how you could have caught this a little bit earlier?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
So that's just, again, no fault of your own. It's just a learning experience now. It's like, oh, okay. Like I could have done even better on this trade. And that should get you excited. You know, because now there's room for potential even in a win. It's a lot easier to learn from wins than it is from losses, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Typically-
definitely. I just feel like you're right because you know, like when you like see it play out the way, I guess the way you you know, you think it will, it's like easier to learn from that than to learn from something that's going the opposite way.
Yeah.
That
Now
makes sense.
your ego fights that because you feel like you just got to win and you're good and you don't need to learn anything from it, right? But if you actually dig in and actually go into your journal and write some details about that trade, that that will make you a much better trader. If you're actually able to push through that ego and just be like, no, I want to learn something from this thing. It gets much easier to learn from those than it is from losses because losses, let's face it, sometimes you just don't feel like journaling them. Sometimes you just don't feel like earlier in your career, you don't understand the importance. You don't understand the importance of journaling those losses because you don't see the benefit in it because you don't see the whole picture, the big picture of learning from all your losses and what that compounds into instead of just like you feel like, all right, I just got this lesson from this loss and it's still not working, right? I'm still not doing that well in my trading. It's not happening for me right now. I don't feel any better. But if you do that over time consistently, you do get better, right? It's not going to happen right away. But again, like I said, it's a lot easier to learn from a win than a loss. That goes for everything, no matter if it's sports, business, whatever. You know, a sale. Say you get a sale in business. When you close that sale, it's a lot easier to run that back and listen to it. Same thing with watching film. You guys win the game, it's a lot easier to watch film that day or the next day than it is when you just took a loss. But again, great job, Carlos. All right, so that's GJ over here, right? So we're waiting for that close below this area, or we're waiting for some kind of structure. If we are going to hold support, if you guys want to play this move and this pullback over here, you're going to have to wait for the nearest resistance to break, retest, and then take this thing out. Kind of like what we got over here, right? Nearest
Just want to
resistance.
mention on gold.
Sure.
So
What about it?
yeah, we might get a sell set up in the next 5 minutes on gold with the hour close.
Sounds good. Let's break this thing down quick then. Thank you, Quinn. Okay, so again, break off of or bounce off 16.15 somewhere down here. We end up breaking back, getting this pullback just like we get with we've gotten in the past during this bearish run here on gold, all due to a very strong US dollar. Gold right now is in fact reacting to a previous support and resistance here to the left. Again, same thing with GJ. You got that perfect daily bearish close here. Next one, respecting the high of the previous, now flipping bearish, looking like it's going to fill that wick. Looking at the 4 hour just closed bearish with no bottom wick. First half of this candle is creating a top wick, passing the low of that candle. Can we continue down from here? Now, only thing is this candle closed with no bottom wick here, but I do like this setup. We're passing the low of that previous candle right there. Let's see. Let me just get this ready for a second. 30-minute looks great too. $30-minute is holding that previous support as a new resistance, right? And we're now breaking the lows, looking like we're going to be coming right for this area over here with a clean move to mirror right now. I would actually wait, if you guys aren't in this yet, wait for the 1 hour to close here, right? Because the 1 hour is going to close below that level, which is great, and which is what you want. But right now, your stop loss would have to be up here. Now, if you wait for the 1 hour, you wait for the top wick to form, and then you wait for the pass of the low, you get a tighter stop loss and a better risk to reward. Does that make sense? Plus, why would you want to enter, 3 minutes before the hour close anyway? Quentin, are you already in this yet?
Yes, I've been in since 6:20.
Beautiful. Beautiful, man. Just gotta get this ready for myself. There we go.
Quinton, which bar did you enter at?
I entered on the doji candle when it passed the first bearish 30-minute candle low.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Beautiful. Great job, buddy. You had this previous support over here that we ended up holding as a resistance, right? We ended up closing below again, retesting it, holding the resistance, holding it again, passing the low, this candle respecting the high, and then passing the low of that candle right there. Beautiful. Yeah, this should continue down. Dollar is holding support here. Anybody grabbed the trade last night? I grabbed about 3 trades. I still have to journal today. But last night we had a beautiful bounce off this area throughout the afternoon yesterday. Price holds a higher low right here. We get the close back into this range with a clean move to the left. I ended up grabbing this candle right here. Did anybody else see the same thing last night? Strong close right here. So you wait for the top wick to form, pass the low of that candle. We got some 7 o'clock volume, which should push us down on a Thursday. Keep in mind, we do have unemployment today, but we'll see what that does for us. But we might be able to grab a move beforehand, which this setup looks perfect. Yeah, this 4-hour candle in the first half, right? Perfect, right in the middle of this candle, ends up creating this top wick and then flipping bearish, passing the low. So we got another 2 hours for this candle to actually push. So I'm thinking if this candle creates a top wick somewhere in this area and then pass to the low, you could put your stop loss somewhere up here, anticipating volume to mirror this area, and you at least grab the 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1. How you doing, Tiff? Dylan? What's up, guys?
Hey, good morning.
Morning, buddy. How was work?
No work. No work.
No
I
work.
go back today. Yeah.
You go back tonight. That's right.
Yeah. I got a lot of sleep last night though. Like I feel good. Honestly like I feel good, but at the same time like I don't. Like I'm not used to getting this much sleep.
Well, yeah, it's funny how that works, right? The more you
Yeah.
sleep, the more drowsy you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel good overall.
Okay. How's your trading been this week?
Oh, it's been very light. I haven't really traded. It's been more or less watching.
Okay.
But
Just learning.
yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like there's anything holding you back at all?
Not really. Just the stuff that we talked about, like in our private DMs,
Yes.
like about like leverage and risking and everything like that. I think those are the things that are really holding me back currently.
Okay. Do we ever Zoom today?
Yeah, you said you were gonna be free after the podcast with Sharma.
Yes.
What time do you have that at?
Let's see. That's going to be at 10. So I would say around 12 or 1 we can hop on.
All right, cool, yeah.
Let me just put this in. All right. So we're getting a deep wick over here. That's okay. Getting more of a pullback, right? But we're still respecting the high of the previous candles over here. So we'll see what we get. All right, we're getting this bounce here on GJ, right? Let's see if we get that strong close. We got the one close right here, right? Can you play these short-term pullbacks? You're trading against the trend. Keep that in mind, right? Safer buys are going to be above this level, but we'll see what we end up getting over here. You're seeing the support being held here on the 5-minute. So I could see like here in the 5-minute, if you get that close above, you get support formed right here. I could see price continuing back up. The yen still holding support over here.
Man, GJ is a crazy pair, I think. Like it moves a lot of pips every single day, but I feel like for me, a lot of the times the price action is just so like choppy.
It gets choppy.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I definitely like can't sway away from it because of those reasons, because that's what's gonna make me better.
mhm.
but man, sometimes they really can leave me stumped.
Yeah, I mean yes. A lot of times, especially like the last few months, it's summer, right? So
Yeah.
summer's coming to an end. You notice you're getting a little bit cleaner moves,
Yep.
right? You're getting a little bit cleaner setups coming up here. So now that summer's come to an end, we get some more liquidity in the market. You see how quick this thing moves right now. Like these are 70 pip ranges, 100 pip ranges, where normally it's more like a 20 pip range, 30 pip range.
Yeah. It's fucking deep.
Yeah, so this bounce is looking nice over here on that support. Again, you guys got 1 to 2 opportunities to take a trade today. So make sure it's the right one. Right? This could easily be a fake out to continue down. I do think we could hold the support, but let's see if we hold support over here first. Is anybody looking at taking this up and trying to squeeze this out? You got about 28 pips to that previous resistance right here.
Now, where would you put your stop loss?
Really depends. Depends
Yeah.
on what the setup is right up here, right?
Yeah.
If we end up holding support, most likely it would probably be below this candle.
Yeah. So it'd be like a 1-to-1. So
Yeah, I would definitely be looking for a 1-to-1. That's it.
Yeah.
And securing 90%. Because this could just be that pullback in pre-New York, and you could just be trying to catch one of these candles, right? Look, every time we form that support, we actually got one very similar right here, right? This candle didn't have any bottom wick. This candle has no bottom wick, right? So, and then what happened? We ended up getting that lower high formed, and price just tanked. So, what you could do now, the less risky move would just be waiting for this candle to close, waiting for maybe this area to retest, and then taking this thing right back down and then holding that runner all day. Make sense?
Yeah.
It's trading with the trend. I found this new mixture that's actually really good. As a kid, I never ate cereal. I wasn't like a cereal kid, but we have these granola, like a granola with some raisins, stuff like that, like a healthy granola. And I've been eating that like dry. But like now what I do is I put almond milk in it, and it's almost like a cereal. It's so good. Quentin, are you allowed to eat? Am I making you hungry?
Yeah, all good. I ate
now?
well yesterday night.
What?
I had a nice meal with all my family yesterday night. It's all good.
Awesome. Awesome. That's one thing I really respect about the Jewish culture, is the fact that how like tight your families are, right? And everyone stays in the community.
Yeah.
And you're also very like you guys have the Sabbath every Friday, so you guys are very family oriented, and people turn their phones off, and everyone just comes around the table and I don't know, sing songs. You guys do whatever you guys do, but it's such a it's such a good thing for society for people to be doing that and families to be doing that.
Yeah, it's very cool. I really like that part.
Yeah, I never really appreciated it until, the driving company and the amount of people in that community are our clients, because we're right by Deal, which is a very Jewish neighborhood. You have Brooklyn. Obviously, they're always going up there. They're always going to Manhattan. So it's interesting getting to know them over the years and understanding like the way their families work and how close they all are. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean the community is very tight, and I mean it's technically it's a small community, but in a certain area, like everybody knows everybody in that
Yes.
community.
Because of the synagogue, right?
Yeah, but like it's also cultural thing. Like, I mean, there's a part of that that isn't very good about it, because like there's a lot of Jewish parents that strictly don't want their kids to marry or hang out with people that aren't Jewish.
Mm.
I know I know other people like my age and their parents, like they're like, you're never gonna marry someone that's not Jewish.
Mm.
That's bad.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, sometimes the community could definitely be way too tight, right? And they exclude like other people, but I don't know. I think their trust factor is just down, I'm sure, for other cultures. All right, so it looks like gold is coming back up to this area. That's, again, while we wait, we stay patient, we wait for the hour close, because there's going to be some kind of top wick rejection. And Kiyoung, this is what we talked about either yesterday, I think it was yesterday, right, on our Zoom. That top wick rejection is the liquidity wick, right? But if this ends up closing bullish and we continue bullish this way, this isn't a liquidity wick, because now the trend starts moving that way. Now, until, let's say we do hold the support and price starts pumping up over here, until we hold some kind of a resistance and continue down, whatever candle closes bearish here, right, and has a top wick, that's the liquidity wick, right? Especially if we continue down from here. That's the liquidity wick. Make sense?
Believe so, yes.
Awesome.
I think that's the setup I'm gonna wait for
Which one?
on gold. I'm gonna wait to see if it's gonna continue moving bearish and catch it down to like the 1708 zone that you have.
Yes, sir.
I like that.
Absolutely. Should be a nice move. Even the 15-minute is a clean move.
Yeah.
Left. You just got to see if we're going to respect this area right here.
Yep. Yeah, I want to. Yeah.
All right. Like, what happens to that previous support?
Yep.
All right. Let's go over to US 30 and see what we got going on over there. Right. So, again, nice and simple. Looks like we're coming up. We got that support right over here, that previous resistance here to the left right before COVID. We held it again before pushing right through it in November of 2020 and basically doubling the stock market from the lows we created down here around 18,000 all the way back up to 37,000, holding the all-time highs and previous resistance up here. Ever since tapping into that area and ever since basically January 1st of 2022, we've been bearish, right? Lower lows, lower highs. Previously just got a very strong bearish candle close here, but with no bottom wick. Ever since then, we've been holding a strong support here and pushing up with this candle, right? So where are we going over here? Looking at the weekly, you obviously have that previous resistance over here now as a support. And now we're starting to push through certain areas over here to the left, which we don't really have to mark off just yet. You got like this whole area, I would say. Previous resistance, support over here, support, and now we're starting to push through that area. Sure, we're going to end up adjusting that, but above that area, you get some clean moves here. Looking at the daily, looks like we just clearly broke through that level right here, right? Closed above. Now we're coming down to retest that area. Can we hold support here and continue right back up, filling this area, right? Where are we going to head to next? This looks like our next area. Nearest resistance, previous support over here to the left, clean move to the left. So as long as we can hold the support right here, we're coming right back up that way, right? Now looking at the trend that we've had over here since January, had that trend, and we've had this trend over here, tapping multiple times. So you could very well see price coming up into this key area, possibly holding the resistance and then continuing down. 4 hour is creating higher lows, right? We ended up grabbing liquidity down here, breaking back above this previous support here to the left, kind of like faking it out, and then coming all the way through, breaking previous resistance, and then creating this high back above this previous resistance over here. We come right back down, holding support, previous support, so we're now like kind of in this range, and then we close right back outside of it, creating a new high. Looking like we're going to come down to retest this level to continue up, we end up breaking right back inside of this area, right? That doesn't mean we're selling now, but it does mean that we could be creating a higher low here for price to continue up. We'll see. This candle closed with no bottom wick, so we'll have to see about that. But when it comes to buys here, it could get tricky. Depending on what this range looks like on the lower time frames, you may have to wait for that resistance to break for you to take any kind of buy in here for, I would say, about 500-600 points, which would be nice. All right, so looking at the 1 hour over here. Again, we're creating a higher low here. We did break back below this area. Yeah, I would actually put it right here, because you got multiple rejections of that area and price could come up into here before rejecting again. But right now, you got a strong 1 hour candle close following a weak bearish close right here. Right, we had stronger candles, right? And then this one became weak. And then it got breached, the high, we got breached right here, and price passed the high, right? So what are we doing over here? Where could we be going here? We're now in a consolidation, so everything's 50-50, and you have no idea. Looking at the 30-minute, we would have to form some kind of a higher low here before knowing that price could be coming right back up. All right, let's see if we have any valid trend. No. It's something like that. I mean, don't bank on this because it's just like a trend line, but right over here, price actually, I'm looking at this level too. Yeah, I would say like you're going to have safe buys once we clear this whole area, right? You got this previous support right here. Price keeps bouncing off of. Let me make this black. Price keeps bouncing off that level. We broke it. We retested it, came down, retested it again, came all the way down this area, and then we broke out of it. So now we broke below, and now it looks like we either want to retest that area to continue down, or if we break this area and retest it, we can continue up. Does that make sense?
Could you repeat the last bit? What, when we drawing arrows, where are we aiming to go?
Yes. So what I'm looking at here is this level. We're now in this consolidation. Would you agree?
Yes.
So there's no clear direction. We are printing higher lows, but we have been printing lower highs. We failed to break above that resistance right there, right? We haven't broken above that level yet. And we've also broken through this consolidation right here. Because what you had here was a support being held, right? It was held again in this area, and it finally broke through it, right? But nonetheless, this was a previous support, right? Then all of a sudden we break it, and we come right back up to retest the area before continuing down and bouncing off. So it's a high supply zone at that point now. Then we come up and retest it one more time before tapping and coming right back down to this area again as well. So now we already know that price is definitely previous support and resistance here, right? Then we end up closing below with this candle right here, but now we're still holding a support. We failed to, like, we broke through this level. We failed to continue down, mirroring that candle to the left. It still very well could, right? We could still end up rejecting this level, holding a resistance, and then continuing down to mirror that move to the left. Or if it closes above this level, you wait for the retest here and then take this thing up.
If you're going for longs, so you wait for the break, then retest that doesn't go past the support, and do you enter straight away, or do you need to see a bullish bar first?
Where at?
Well, the current bullish bar on the far right.
Current bullish. Right here?
Yeah. So
Okay.
this one closes. Let's say it closes above the current resistance.
Okay.
We're waiting for a pullback.
Yep.
That doesn't break the support. Then do we enter a buy straight away, or do we need to see a bullish bar first close?
Or do we need to see a bullish what close first?
Bullish bar close first.
A bullish 5?
Bar.
Oh, bullish bar, like a bullish close.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say you typically want to wait for that bullish close. I just want to go back to gold real quick, and then I'll continue breaking that down for you, Keon. Sure. We're now breaking the lows over here. On the 15-minute, 30-minute is now flipping bearish. So I don't like the fact that it passed the high of the previous candle over here, and it's got such a big wick. But it does tell me that we're continuing down. Now, if you take this based on the hourly, we're still in the first half of the hour, and we're passing the low here. So I think that's valid for a sell if that's something that you want to enter.
Yeah, I'm in this based on the 1 hour.
Okay. How do I,
I'm in this based on the hourly as well.
okay, beautiful. All right, I am in as well.
Yeah, I'm in it too.
Let's go, boys. Let's take this thing down. Okay. Did that make sense, Keon, now? Like what you want to do is kind of wait for price to break out of that area, get like at least a bottom wick rejection before price continues up. Now, if you get like a close above and then you get a bearish candle close, yes, I would want to see a bullish candle close after that before taking this thing up.
Would you ever enter if the bullish bar that was moving upwards and it just went past the previous bar's entry or high?
Is the previous candle bullish?
Well, let's say it was bullish bar, it broke resistance, then this bullish bar came back down, then the next bullish bar going past the previous entry, which is the entry of the bearish bar.
You see, you got to be very careful with that, because if you're trading and catching a trade with the opposite candle, like a 15-minute candle close, that's bearish, right? And then you take the next one, an impulse entry passing the high of the previous bearish candle. Be very careful with that on the lower time frame, specifically like the 15-minute or the 15-minute or the 30-minute.
Why?
Because you need candles closing in your direction typically. Beautiful. That was a great trade. I just took a little piece off here. Around 10 pips. Closed around 50%. Yeah, this should keep pushing down. That's why I didn't close like 80 or anything like that. And plus, like I want more of a 1-to-1. But I do realize how we created such a top wick there that we get past the low of this candle and then end up retracing a little bit, but it should continue down. You got clean moves to the left. There's nothing really stopping it. Great job, boys.
Do you pay attention to XRP?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. We got Lewis in here who really follows crypto, the crypto market. So we you know, every once in a while he'll break down one of these for us.
Word.
Oh, you've been trading crypto?
No, I haven't. I have crypto just holdings.
Yeah,
I have
okay.
a lot of XRP.
Cool.
Yeah, I hope it blows up. But I know like in the past couple of weeks, XRP has been going pretty crazy.
Yeah, the price action looks a little nuts.
Yeah, it's just been shooting up 6-8%, coming right back down, doing the same thing.
Yeah, look at that. Since mid-September,
Yeah.
we've been pushing.
I should have sold though at its highs, like around $2, man. Like a year ago.
I mean, we could all say that, right?
Yeah.
Should have
I sold at,
yeah.
yeah, this is exactly where I should have sold.
Of course.
I had XRP when it hit like $3 years ago. I sold then.
That's when I put in.
What's that?
When it was $3, I think it was 2018. It was $3, and it went up to $3.50. I got in at $3, and my friend or someone, I didn't know anything about it. They was always could go up to $5 by the end of the year. Then I waited and waited, and it just crashed right down.
Yeah.
Sheesh, look at that crash. Now, what's the like the point of XRP? Like, what's it do? What's the capability of it?
It speeds up financial transactions.
Okay.
Like
Well,
so
Bitcoin does that
settlements.
too, right?
What's that?
Bitcoin does that too?
I wouldn't necessarily say so.
Okay.
See, I don't really personally like Bitcoin. Like
What's
I
that?
think Bitcoin is just a store of value. There's literally nothing behind Bitcoin
Yeah, you're right.
in my eyes.
And there is behind like Ethereum and I guess XRP, right?
Yeah, there's like an actual company with plans, you know.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is just so speculative, which is fine.
Yep.
But we the people bring the value to it.
Absolutely.
So
I think it's mainly for transactions and how quickly you can transact, and you're cutting the banks out and stuff like that.
yeah. But the other thing with Bitcoin too that I don't like is like you all know about like the 2030 agenda, sustainable climate goals and stuff like that.
Or with World Economic Forum.
Like, yeah, like that is definitely going to take over the world. Like those goals, they already are.
Yeah.
But like Bitcoin does not align themselves with those goals at all.
Mm.
So You either got to do something about it or get rid of it. And that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I can't stand these people. Like Schwab, what's his name?
Yeah, Klaus Schwab.
Klaus Schwab. Like why do you want to do all this? It's just
I
power.
don't know.
Control, power.
Yeah, but I mean, like, at first I thought I started looking into that stuff a little bit. I was like, yeah, whatever. But now I think it's legit.
It is.
It's
They
like
control
crazy.
the world. And they're doing it slowly.
Yeah.
Just trying to destroy capitalism.
Like I saw something the other day. It said the United Nations advised the United States to stop increasing rates. But like, why would they tell them? Why would they tell the United States to do that?
Exactly. And why
You know
would
what
the
I
US
mean? Like-
listen? I think that's even a bigger question because everyone's trying to influence the US. Everyone wants like a piece of what we're doing because they don't like us, or they're just trying to destroy us.
Yeah.
And the fact that we would have leaders listening to those people makes you raise a lot of questions.
Oh, for sure.
Raises a ton of questions.
Biden is not running, is he? He's announced he's not running. Is that correct?
Who?
Biden.
Biden?
Yeah, he's not going to run. He said, "Is that correct?"
Well, he shouldn't.
He shouldn't.
Yeah, he definitely shouldn't.
No,
He shouldn't win either way.
I don't think anybody has confidence in Biden. If you do, I'm curious why. Okay, so what happened over here is the 30-minute actually just ended up closing bearish, but it closed a much weaker bearish candle, and it's an indecision candle. So now once this candle's starting to come up, we should be retesting this area to continue down. But if you start pushing through that area, I would close 50%, because now we could very well be coming back to our entry. I only have 50% running because I already closed 50% in profits. But we'll see what ends up happening here. I'll just let it go, because even if this hits my stop loss here, it's still only hitting 50% of my stop loss, right? It's still only hitting 50% what I originally risked. Plus, I made profits on the trade as well, so it's even less than that. But just knowing that and knowing risk management and understanding the way you're putting your money at risk. You got to understand what you're going to be doing in these situations and how they affect you. And also what the candles are actually doing, right? Like we could just be getting a pullback here to continue down. Only thing that concerns me, like I said, is the indecision candle right here and the fact that we closed a lot weaker over here. 1 hour still looks great. Actually, the 1 hour here passed the low over here, and now it's starting to flip bullish. Are we holding this area as a support? Previous resistance here. Could just be a retracement, like I said, but at the end of the day, you want to be careful with gold. And not to mention, we have unemployment coming out later, FOMC members speaking later. So just be a little bit more cautious over what you're seeing here. That was a strong 15-minute close with a wick to fill. This could just be the top wick to continue down, but we'll see.
You're out of this trade already, right? The gold trade.
No, so I closed 50% over here, right?
Yeah.
And now if I didn't close 50% here and price was doing this, I'd be closing 50% somewhere in drawdown here.
Oh, 'cause I saw it says stop loss at break even. Is that where you moved it?
What was that?
Didn't you move stop loss at break even?
No, because that wouldn't give it enough room to breathe, right? Because like the tighter your stop loss is, the more tense you are while you're in a trade, right? And you got to trade based off percentages. So a wider stop loss would be the same as a smaller stop loss. But the fact is, if you're scalping and you have a very tight stop loss, with that same risk on the line, you're going to be sweating a little bit. But if you give it enough room to breathe, obviously you're not making as much, right? You're not risking as much with a wider stop loss. You still can let it breathe a little bit. You're not as tense and you know, I don't know what another word for that would be, but you're not as on the edge, I would say.
Fine. No, it's just I think I don't know. Maybe I'm misreading your notes. As there's partial 50% stop loss at break even. I just presume you closed out already, but the way you're
yes, you know what? That is my fault. I meant to take this off of here. I did not move my stops to break even. If I did, just so you know, like for future reference, I would just do this.
Fine. It was just the way you commentated, and I just felt like I thought you moved out, you closed out already, but the way you're commentating, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, cool. No, that's a great point. That was my fault. I would have. I did not move my stop to break even. That's just like a template that I have on here, right? And normally when I take 80%, I move my stop loss to break even. But that's like my main target. This one was more so like, you know, we're kind of in a range. We have what's it called? We have unemployment coming out in a little bit. Like it was just more so like we created that top wick, and then also the 30-minute was an indecision candle. So when we made this volume push, I wanted to grab a piece of it because I know how gold works. It could very well pull back like this, and it could very well continue in our direction. And this is just a pullback to this area right here. But like I said, it's just having that intuition with your pair, which is what I want all of you guys to gain over time. It just takes more and more seeing and task on hand, seeing your pair move throughout your session. You guys will get a big hang of gold and the way it moves. Or any other pair. All right. So GJ over here, we're still holding that higher. Oh no, that's US 30 here. But US 30 starting to push through this area over here. Let's see if we can hold that pullback and continue up. We will go back to GJ here. Oh. I say that does not play GJ. All right, so GJ, this is good. You end up getting a bullish candle close with a top wick, possible wick to fill, but it closes a pretty weak candle over here in the downtrend, right? So now what it tells me is that, yeah, we ended up getting that 15-minute candle bearish close. Do we have enough volume to push us through the support? That remains to be seen. I think if this was the 30-minute time frame here, this candle created its top wick and now passed below that candle with some high volume, you might be able to take this sell. But the fact that it's the 30-minute, you want to wait for the 30-minute candle close. And this is a perfect example of what I was just saying, Keon, when it comes to being conservative with waiting for the candles to close in your direction, right? So I wouldn't just take a sell right here on GJ because the 30-minute candle previous one was bullish with a wick to fill. So I would need this candle to close bearish, and then the next one to create its top wick and pass the low for me to take this thing down, especially because of the fact we're at a strong support. Too many people end up selling supports and buying resistances, and they don't wait for the candles to break or close above or below. You got to be more patient. All right, guys, so I'm going to take another 50 off of this gold trade over here. And let that just come right back into drawdown as it is. How's everyone doing? I know Dylan entered this. Sammy, who else entered this?
I'm good. I once the 30-minute closed weak bearish, I cut the full thing.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Good shit, man.
So
That's awesome.
I feel like I'm improving. You know, like
Oh, you definitely are.
I go back to like what was like 3-4 weeks ago at the time, but
Yep.
then I would have hoped that he went to TP, or I would have hoped for a 1-to-1.
Yep.
Waited for a bone week, and then I would have ended up in a loss.
Now,
So-
did this indecision candle play any factor as well?
Which one you
Like this one closed weak
Yes.
bearish. The fact that it passed the high of the previous candle too, did that play
Yes.
the factor? Okay.
Yes, because it
That's
broke the high
awesome.
and the low. So of course, it's like it doesn't know where it wants to go. So if the 30 minutes close in weak bearish or weak bullish, that's when I want to cut the full thing. You know, I'm not comfortable being in it. Whereas before, I would just hold it. Similar to what Kian was saying yesterday, it's like I get a pip to my stop loss and I hope it reverses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
No,
that's something I've eliminated.
Our strategy, the way we trade here, when it comes to price action, is very intuitive. It's very like you gotta have intuition with your pair, and you gain that by just watching it all the time. So, Sammy, you're starting to really gain that on a pair like gold or GJ, where you understand the way it moves when candles close, what that's telling you. Like you're starting to be able to read these pairs like a book, and that's where I want all of you guys at. And the only way you're going to get there is just back testing and studying your previous journal trades.
Yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing. That's through journaling, journaling and backtesting.
Yep.
Mainly backtesting, because I never used to backtest. I'd backtest for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then I'd stop. You know, for me backtesting this past 3 to 4 weeks, non-stop every day. It's been like it's in my daily most. I have to do it now, regardless whether it's 11 p.m., midnight, 10 p.m. after the gym, whenever. I just got to do it. There's no days off in backtesting because I know that keeps me in the right frame of mind going forward.
It's all in the routine.
Yeah.
And you're seeing a massive improvement from that backtesting?
100%. 100%. I think this is the biggest improvement I've seen from where I was at.
Let's go, man.
So,
now the key for you, like the next level for you, is just not stopping that.
Yeah.
You know, and just staying consistent. No matter how well you're doing, there can always be room for improvement. You can always be a lot better.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to push you to. I want to push you to greatness. I don't want you guys to just be good. I want you guys to really be as great as you possibly can in the market and have that pride in yourself.
Let's book a Zoom. I've not spoken to you in a while.
Let's do it, man. And I'm glad you said that because, like, you know, I can't always be coming to you guys for Zooms. I want you guys to be coming to me and being like, yo, let's talk. I'm going through this in my life, or, you know, this is what's happening in my trading. I need some outlook. I need some guidance here. Let's hop on a 10, 15, 20-minute call and figure out what we can do to get better. And like when you guys are doing that, that makes me want to really, you know, improve your skill set and put a lot of my time into you as well.
Yeah. I would say to like people that do join, well, the people I bring into the group, I always say to them that when things are going well, reach out. When things are going bad, reach out. You know, even if things are going steady, reach out. You know, it's always good to talk, you know?
Absolutely.
Just in general life, anything, you know? So
100%, man. Yeah, let's hop on a Zoom. This week I'm all booked, but I would say early next week, if that's good for you.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, let's do it, man. This is that entry I was just talking about on the 15-minute. I was saying I would take if it was the 30-minute, but this is a perfect example of what a fake out looks like. You get the strong bullish close, right? And it looked like we were holding that support. We're going to continue up, but what did we say? We would get a pullback and price would continue down. So you get this candle close back into the range. You get a retest of that previous resistance. Candle flips bearish, you can enter there, or you can enter as it passed below that candle. Again, it's a better setup when this is the 30-minute, but it looks like it's playing out so far in the 15-minute. We'll see if it could pass through there as well. There's a nice close as well in the 15 minutes.
Are you in this or you live back testing?
Oh, I'm just live back testing this.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good trade, but just 15 minutes. Just 15 minutes. If it was a 30, I think we all would have been in, you know.
Yeah, 100%. And plus, you're still at a support. Let's zoom out here. Get the 30-minute. You're coming into this whole area right here. You can easily tap into here and then reject and hold the support and then continue back up. Right? That could be a fake out right there. So best thing to do, wait for this. After that, it's like, all right, now we're talking. Now we could get, you know, top wick rejection, candle flips bearish, we could continue down. You could retest traditionally, right, with a weak bullish candle or two, and then we pass the low of those, then we continue down. Or we close bearish after that. That looks good. It's just continuing the volume from late Asian into pre-London, into pre-New York, and now continuing pre-New York, continuing down. All right. So does anybody want to break a chart down? Oh, Keon, did you want to break down the DAX?
I can. I didn't trade it today, but yeah, I can.
Do you want me to do it for you?
Let's do it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could see let's see what we got here. Is this the proper chart?
No. Let me go my monthly because I don't really go monthly too much.
What
It's DAX 40. It should be DAX 40.
Okay. Right here?
That's the U. Let's could do that. That should be fine. Yeah, it looks good.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, I think so. We can see like a support forming.
Okay. Do you know how to annotate?
Oh yeah, no, I was about to ask. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So just go to options on Zoom, and you'll see annotate there.
Oh yes, I see it now.
Okay, and then the fourth option will be draw. You see draw?
Yep.
Okay, and then under draw, the third option on the top row is going to be a rectangle.
Yeah, let me try it.
You could draw your zones like that, and then I'll fill them in. I'm still here. I'm just going to walk away for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Fine. Should be fine on a monthly.
All right, so you got this resistance right up there. Okay, I like it. And then you're looking to mark off a more recent support right here.
Yep.
And what about this? What is this?
I'll just try and measure it, but now we can ignore that.
Okay.
It's probably a bit too far anyway.
Okay. Awesome. Now looking at the weekly. What do you see here?
Not much. So we had this little support that's broken through already, and it's probably retesting at the moment.
Okay.
Then top here, there's lots of support. Then it's turn resistant as well.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, that's where we are. I think that's the obvious ones recently. Yep.
Okay. I'm looking at this level right here. I'm thinking just adjusting that right up there. You got that previous resistance right here. Price ends up holding support on this area right over here. We kind of faked it out with this price action, and then we held support here again before continuing up. But that was our previous resistance as well. So right here is our current resistance. Right now we're also printing lower highs and lower lows, right? And now
Yep.
you're getting some kind of a pullback into the previous support right over here. And I would say it's probably somewhere like right there. So now you got a strong bullish big belt weekly candle right here. So where are we going from here? Looking at the daily. All right, Keon.
So here recently we tried to break it, which we did. Then it came down. Looks like grabbed some liquidity. Then it came back down again. Then we're going to draw some zones. Can you zoom out a little bit?
Can I see what?
Zoom out a
Oh,
little
zoom
bit.
out, zoom out. Yes.
Sure. Yes, nothing. Just major support, turn resistance. Yeah, if you can zoom back in again.
Sure.
So just
Any adjustment?
nothing too obvious on my side. I'm just trying.
So what I'm looking at here, okay.
No, we can ignore that. It's not really. It's just breaking
You
up
want
too
that?
much.
Okay.
No.
What I'm looking at here is that our current resistance right up here matches up that way, right? Right, we're bouncing off that level, but then also you have all these wicks here to the left, right below this level here. So if we do this all the way from over here, so right now we're kind of like in this range over here. And once we break out, you got a fairly clean move coming down into this support. Make sense?
Yep.
So now if we look at that on the 4 hour, yeah, the 4 hour, you could see like we were kind of in a range here, but once you break below that, you get a clean move right here, and then obviously right here. See all these clean candles in this area? Right, there's a high probability you get at least a couple of those coming down. Make sense?
Yep, it does.
Awesome. So yeah, sometimes don't be afraid to split the zones up over here. Instead of like doing like one big zone, like, all right, we're bouncing off that area in the higher time frame, so we're going to keep it like that in the lower. You just split them up. Just looking here. So it looks like we're going to get that hourly close below that support on GJ. So we might be continuing down from there. Looking at the 1 hour here on the DAX. All right. What you're playing, Keon?
1 hour. So we're looking at. So probably if it does break the support, next clean zones, and this is the most recent support we could go to.
Okay.
So there's a resistance here. was probably just a weak well, it's a resistance run this period here. This broke straight through, then it kind of consolidated here and used this as a little support for this bar. And in terms of this range, we haven't. No, we haven't got it. I don't believe we've got much. This is probably quite. We haven't got much anyway. It's probably good.
What about this area right here?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There is some resistance here, and that's a support formed here as well. Yep.
That's your nearest support. That's about
100 pips. 100.
Looks like 1,000, right?
That's three.
Depends on how you read the DAX.
I think it's 100.
Okay, yeah, that is 100. So yeah, if we just adjust this. Now we got to see what's going on here in our current support area. I would actually probably just adjust this right here because you get that previous support there to the left. Once you break below that area, unless you get some kind of and we can kind of split these areas up too. Unless you get a strong bearish candle close, you may be able to sell and take price through this area. But you may want to just wait for price to break this and breach it and close below it. Make sense?
Yep, it does.
Awesome. So all price action is really the same. So are you looking at anything? I know you trade the 5-minute.
I didn't see anything today.
Didn't see anything?
No.
Okay. I actually like this setup over here and how we came down, created a higher low over here. Can this candle create a bottom wick past the high of that candle and then retest this high?
High of which candle you aiming?
What's up?
Which candle you want to see go past this candle?
This one right here. So if this candle closes bullish like this one creates a bottom wick, passes the high of that candle. Could this continue up to retest the previous high?
Okay.
It'd be something like this. I mean, I don't trade the DAX on the 5-minute, but it's just the price action I'm looking at here because I know that's how you trade. All right. Great job, buddy.
Yeah, I like the way you move zones even when the zones are marked on a hourly or 4 hourly. I like it when you move them. It's not fixed. I've never done before. It's a bit more clearer.
100%. 100%. So this ended up being a nice little move here. Did anybody grab this?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay. So it's best anyway to just kind of wait for the close below this area, right? 30-minute especially. We'll see how this candle closes because if the 30-minute candle closes a strong bearish candle like that and the 1 hour too, you can wait for the top wick to form. We reject this area and then flip bearish and you can take that move down. It might be the better move.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. Waiting for a 30-minute 1 hour close, top wick, and then break the low and then push down back down to 162.
Beautiful. Yeah, this was more of a high risk, high reward entry. This is the safer entry. Let's go see gold over here. Gold still playing around. Where did I close 50? Somewhere around here. All right.
What a rejection on GG.
That's why you wait for the close, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. All right. So 30 minute candle close, nice, right? Nice bearish candle close with a wick to fill over here. I could definitely see us filling that wick. 1 hour candle did flip bullish and close bullish, so you got to be aware of that area. But I could see us more so breaking down than breaking up based on how that candle closed. Get that small top wick. Are we going to push down over here and fill that wick? The 4 hour candle is going to be closing in about an hour, or actually an hour. I want to see US 30. All right, US 30 ended up closing bullish here on the 1 hour with a wick to fill. 30 minute kind of rejected that area, right? And a massive bearish trend here coming down from this area. So again, I would much rather see the higher low formed anywhere in this area. We need some kind of a pullback. Instead of buying up here, you just wait for the pullback. That way you know. Yeah, so now we're kind of like in this whole range right here on GJ. We need like a close below this level. Something like this. Really holding that support. Quinn, what are you seeing, buddy?
Yeah, I wanted to get that close below. Now, to stay in that range.
That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, as long as it stays like without closing out of that range right there, I wouldn't do nothing.
Okay. So gold over here really snap back, right? So looking here at the 4 hour, one of the clues could be for you. The previous 4 hour candle closed with no bottom wick over here, right? In a bullish trend. We're still in a bullish trend. Safe sells, as we know, and as we called yesterday, are below this area. Safer sells. You could definitely take safe sells over here, being that we did create that top wick and pass below the previous candle. But right now, the previous candle with no bottom wick over here in a bullish trend, at some point, that's another reason why I kind of took the 50 off over here, is because we could push down and then snap right back. 1 hour holding a strong higher low, but we're still in a range. Actually, just move that right there. Safer sells below there, and even safer sells below support right here. I think safe buys. If you want to take buys here, I would wait for a support to be formed here, and then you could take this thing up. But just be careful of that because we are creating these lower highs here. We tapped into this area multiple times. You just got to be patient.
Do you think news is going to affect it a lot, or?
Oh yeah, for
Okay.
unemployment, absolutely. See, US 30 pulling back over here a little bit. So this could still be that resistance that we end up continuing down, say for sells below here, with a clean move to the left. Really just waiting on unemployment here to come out. All right. All right, while we wait here, who wants to break a chart down for us?
I'll break one down.
Okay. Love it, man. What would you like to break down?
Let's try. I don't know. Let me just try find one. We can do the New Zealand dollar and the US dollar.
GD USD. Something about GJ over here tells me we're really heading down. Looking at the 30-minute here. Again, you got to be cautious of this level here. But something about GJ tells me we're heading down here. I think we're going to push through this level. We'll see, but we did have the lower high here on the 5-minute. Get the resistance for me. All right. All you, Sergio.
Okay, let's do this. So as you can see on the monthly, is this? Yeah, monthly. We've got these zones all over here. So we've got a support right there, which we're kind of holding right now. This candle could flip, obviously break the low and come down into these areas.
Okay.
So come down to this area over here just to fill the whole range. Pretty bearish as well. The last monthly candle closed a very strong bearish.
Yes, yeah. I like it.
Yeah, that's
Weekly?
yeah, please.
Right.
Okay. If we move this one up, would it not align with the one with the supports to the left?
If we move this one?
Yeah, just
So
about.
let's take a look. What we got to the left here. See, to me, it looks like we're coming into this area.
Yeah.
We can always adjust as we go down, but we're basically sitting. And you're also looking at this wick right here, which ended up forming a higher low.
Yeah.
And then now that's your support.
Okay, that's a clean support.
All right. And if we bounce off that support, where could we be coming up to?
Be coming up to around maybe these levels, this level over here. It's just this whole area over here. We could possibly be creating a resistance.
Okay. Really?
Yes, please.
All right.
Yeah, so as we can see is, I'd like to move this more down just below here. Just below here, just below there.
Good.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And could we just zoom in a bit to current price action?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so clearly we've held a resistance just right here. So we've got a few rejections from this area and weak bullish candle closures, weak bullish candles, and we're currently bearish right now, and we broke the previous candle high. So if this candle breaks a low, you could say it's an indecision candle. Yeah, that's all I'll draw on the daily.
I like it. Perfect.
Okay.
So now 4 hour. Okay, you got a little fake out right there.
Well, nice fake out over there. And we draw this area out. This is a good, nice area over here.
Nice. Near support, right?
Yep.
Beautiful.
If you were to take sells below, maybe here, you maybe want to look out for this area. So yeah, we'll look on the lower time frames, where that time frame that you take entries on. This is more of a confirmation time frame. So I'll just put like a little something over there. And just like mark this off. Just this resistance up here.
Okay.
Yeah. Could we go down to the hourly, please?
Yes, sir. All right. Now we got adjustments.
Yeah. So this nearest support, could we just move it more down, please? Just below here. That support.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, that looks nice. And this resistance, we could thin it out and put it above here, I'm guessing.
Okay.
And we've got another area just around here. Yeah, just here. Just above there. Like we've obviously closed a bullish over here, and it's kind of a key level where price is just kind of rejecting off this place.
Okay.
So,
Let's see how that looks on the 30-minute now. So for me, I would just thin this up as
yeah,
obviously being the more recent resistance, and there's
Yeah.
also clear support to the left. But can we break below here? Can we start breaking below, I would say,
yeah,
that area right here? And then possibly grab this move, moving into the previous range below that, about 40 pips right here. Great job, though, man.
thank you.
How do you feel about that?
I'm definitely getting faster and faster
Yes.
each time I do it, and
Yep. Speed, efficiency.
Yeah. And my markings, I just have to only adjust them like a little bit now. So since the day I joined, I've obviously been improving a lot every single day. Like the entries that I take today, I would have been a bit, hesitant on taking them about a month ago. or 2 months ago. So
Let's
you
go,
know,
man.
definitely joining this group is like I've took that step up, and you know I'm glad I took this opportunity. Like the first day you were telling me like you wouldn't want to like regret it, maybe joining, you know, about a few months later. So you know that's good.
I appreciate that, man. That means so much. You know, we put a lot of work into this, and you know, both of us back and forth, and obviously with all you guys as well. Like the more work you guys put in, the more you're going to get out of it. And I always tell you guys, you're never going to regret joining if you're putting everything into this, because you're going to get everything out of me too. You know, so if you're requesting Zooms like Sammy just did, or sending charts, communicating in the group, all that stuff, like that's all going to go a long way. Looking at gold over here, and we ended up getting a strong 15-minute close, kind of like above this area right here. Now, if you wanted like a quick scalp, it passing the high of that candle, you grab like a quick 1-to-1. But again, we got news coming out in about 14 minutes. So you guys want to chill on that. You don't want to be doing that. This could just be a pullback before we continue back down. Let's see. Any kind of good numbers is going to send gold up, because it's going to send the dollar down, the stock market up, thinking that the Fed is going to not increase rates as much. So they're expecting 205,000 jobs, or 205,000 people claiming unemployment. So we've done good the last 5 weeks at least. Wow. Good since like the middle of August. So any kind of surprise would send gold in a frenzy. I'm just kind of like live back testing this to see if we do pass the high. I'd rather that be the 30-minute, but Dylan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm all right, man. Just hanging out.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Wow. Might have to run as soon as unemployment comes out, because I gotta head up to the city soon. Or not to the city. I gotta head back to the warehouse for a second. Dylan, you've been watching any of the preseason for basketball?
Oh, no, I haven't. I didn't even know that started, honestly.
Yeah. I haven't been able to watch it as much either.
No, but now that you said that, I just went on ESPN app. I see that. I don't know. I'm not really a big NBA fan. Like
Yeah.
I'll watch it, but I have no favorite team or anything, so I don't really care too much.
You're a college guy, right?
Yeah,
Why don't you like the NBA?
I just don't think they try hard enough.
Okay.
Honestly, I mean it's fun. Don't get me wrong. I watch it here and there, but
Mhm.
you know I'm just not a diehard.
Sure.
I don't know.
I understand that.
Not too appealing to me. Like I'm a Mets fan. I'm gonna be watching the postseason on Friday at work for sure.
You're a Nets fan, you said?
Mets.
Oh, Mets fan. Are you really?
Yeah. So like I'm still into that like baseball still right now and football.
Yeah, you got a what's it called? I was just gonna say something. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say the Mets last weekend. What happened? They didn't show up.
I don't understand, man.
What was that?
I don't know. I don't even know. It's sad. But
They
it
gotta
is what it
perform.
is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Had a good year no matter what happens. So I mean you can't really be too mad, especially after all the years we've had
Yeah.
in the past. I mean, we're heading in the right direction. You have to be happy.
It's one thing I never understood about Mets fans is like every year you guys beg for like competence and like just having like a solid team, and then when you guys go above average, it's like end of the world if you guys don't like win the World Series.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just can't please anybody. I feel
Yeah.
like it's got to really suck as an athlete, you know?
Oh yeah, sucks.
And then there's a big thing they were talking about, like their attendance the past like couple weeks since been extremely low. It's like, whoa, wow, great time to have low attendance when we're fighting for a chance at the division.
Right.
You know,
All right, waiting on unemployment. GJ over here still kind of playing around in that range while you stay patient. Trying to create that like lower high. All right. How you doing, Sammy? Looks like this is playing out just a tad over here. Bottom wick form past the high of that candle before news coming out. Could that end up pushing to the 1-to-1 where you just close the full thing right before news? It's best not to take trades before news, as you guys know. But it's just like live back testing these setups, and it gains confidence no matter which way it goes. Because one, if you're right, you're right. And one, if you're wrong, you're still learning something. All right. I feel like GJ's starting to play out a little bit. Kind of waiting on news, I'm sure. Could this continue bearish if the 15-minute passes low of the previous candle or previous doji candle?
Are we waiting for the US unemployment claims to trade on the GU or just the gold?
And GU?
Yeah, GU. No, no, GJ, sorry.
GJ, I mean, GJ sometimes gets affected because of the yen, but most of the time, like we're mainly looking at gold or US 30 when it comes to
US 30.
that data.
Fine. Just making sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is why we live backtest this. 3 minutes left.
Steph, do you know what the rules are in terms of renting if you're a non-US citizen or you're not working? Do you have to pay 6 months rent up front?
6 months rent up front?
Yeah, is that something you
Wow. Is that the thing?
Yeah, no, I'm in New York. Well, my buddy's going there. He's
Yeah.
got he's planning to stay there for at least 6 months. We're just talking about it.
Wow.
In UK, you have to do that if you've got no referencing and employment referencing or anything like that. It's 6 months up front.
I mean, that makes sense. Like if you don't have security as a homeowner and you want that security, or if you don't have the security and you want people to move into your place, you're gonna have to, you have the ability to do that.
So that's like that in New York as well. Is that correct?
I wouldn't know. I
No,
don't know about all that, but I wouldn't be surprised. Because if you get someone that isn't a citizen of the country and doesn't have work, how are they guaranteed to give you rent every month?
Exactly.
I'm not saying that that's right, like charging people 6 months rent, like right up front, but if that's what they need to do to get security, or I guess they got to do it.
Yeah, that's pretty common in London these days. I'm just wondering how it works over there.
It's kind of nuts.
I know there's lots of fees you guys have to pay over there. That's what I understand.
Lots of fees.
Yeah, renting fees and all this kind of fees associated to renting, I've been told.
Yeah, we what do we pay? You pay rent. Normally, it's like first and last month's rent along with the security deposit.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah.
What's the difference since last check then?
Yeah, that's pretty much the standard now.
That's not too bad.
No, those are all. And I like the thought of renting. Renting your own home and leasing your lifestyle. There's something about that that's freeing. All right, we got unemployment that just came out. You have the freedom to go where you want, when you want, right? You're not tied to a property. Obviously, you're not making money on the property, and you can argue you're throwing money away. But at the end of the day, oh, wow, we missed the mark over here. More unemployment claims than previous. So could gold continue up here? So I would want to see a higher low formed here on gold. Or even better yet, maybe wait for like some kind of a pullback right at this level, and then you could take this up waiting for the reaction to the news. Because right now you're just trading the reaction. Price is passing the high of that candle right away with no bottom wick, right? So you'd want to wait for some kind of a pullback real quick before taking this up. Wait for the reaction to the news. Getting some kind of pullback here. All right. You guys have any questions before I hop off? Like I said, I have to go over to a warehouse real quick where our trucks are and check on something. But anybody have any questions?
All good from my side.
Awesome. Awesome. Sammy, Sergio, Dylan, you guys are all good?
Yeah, everything's all good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, all good, man. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Absolutely. Well, Dylan, I will talk to you later. Sammy, let's schedule that for next week. Sergio, if you'd like one, let me know. And Kyung, we had a nice one yesterday. So keep up with what I was telling you yesterday, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning with Sharma for NFP.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
See you guys.
See you
Bye-bye.
guys.